leaves shopping carts out in parking spots and not where they're supposed to go, we should be legally allowed to execute you right on the spot in broad daylight, you know? Like, if you leave shopping carts where they're not supposed to go, like, you lose your rights. You lose your rights. It's the purge. It's the purge, you're dying. Like, put shopping carts back where they need to go. It takes a minute, tops. You fucking savages. What's wrong with you? Get some help. Where are your parents? Hi, everybody.
Incensed.
Bruce Willis. Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hiddleston. Can't hear Connor.
Hearing us make random noises.
We're just making funny sounds.
Great.
Isn't that just what language is?
How
Yep.
about now?
True.
No words are real. No names are real.
All words are made up.
They are.
George
All words
Lucas.
are just funny mouse.
All right,
Yeah,
good.
Citric Buzz kicks down door.
But welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos, where the crew of the
Yay!
KSS Homewrecker continues its journey through the reaches of the Astral Sea, having successfully returned from their first outing together back to the Gnosis Cluster. But before we can get into the next leg of our journey here, we got to go around the horn and introduce our players, starting with Eto, Ano, TheropodArt.
Hi, hello, that's me. It's your boy, TheropodArt. Sorry for not streaming for the last 2 weeks. Life has been life, but things should be smoothing out. Life has been life, and I've also gotten a lot of not safe for work commissions, which means I can't stream those on Twitch. So, but I'm doing good. I'm doing better than I was a couple weeks ago. Things got bad. I had a really big car bill. Car's fixed now. I got the alignment done the other day. Things are great. Other than that, y'all know where to find me. Blue Sky, Tumblr for Affinity, Lizard Fun Bags if you want to see the naughty stuff, and yeah, commissions are open. I will draw things for you when you give me money. It's true. It's true.
I have heard money can be exchanged for goods and services.
It can. It can. And keep an eye out. Oh, keep an eye out, cause this October I might be taking a stroll back in Barovia. Stay tuned for that. So and if you like Hakka, and if you want a character that's practically different in every single way, except they have scales, Vecna Tuesdays, when it's not canceled half the time. Bleh. That's me. That's all I got going on.
Yeah. Up next, we've got XanillisGrimm.
Hey, it's me, XanillisGrimm. I am also in Barovia this year, so keep an eye out for that one. But hey, if you like TTRPGs, boy howdy, am I in a lot of them. You can catch me hopefully over this Monday at twitch.tv/XanillisGrimm at 7 p.m. PST for some more Stalwart Souls. We're finishing up a pretty potent story arc, so if you like spooky, interesting storylines regarding the edges of space, that'll be there for you. Then on Tuesday, twitch.tv/DistortionDevil at 1 p.m. PST, we have some more Vecna, Eve of Ruin, run by the lovely Connor here. Then Thursday, twitch.tv/Montiglu, 7 p.m. PST, we have some more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And then last but certainly not least this upcoming week, we've got right back here, same bat time, same bat channel. That's me.
Excellent, excellent. And then after that, we've got Saris. Where can they find you? What are you up to?
You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl, where I'm not really posting much. I want to post something. I've got something in the works, but I don't know if I'll actually finish it this weekend. Streams, nothing this weekend. But Monday, we're back at it again at the Krispy Kreme, ruining some deltas over at the amazing Thalia's channel. The amusing Thalia. I always trip that up in my head, and I'm
Apparently
so
that's been happening a lot lately, and I'm honestly fine with it. If people want to just refer to me as amazing, that's I have no problem with it.
It came out of my mouth, and I was like, "Wait, that's not your username."
It's a
Let me
Gandalf
fix
situation.
that. But then on Wednesday, we're back at the Skeleton Alpha's channel where we're doing some more off. We just got through Zone 2 in our replay through of the remastery. So we'll be starting... No, I'm sorry. We did start Zone 3, so we're going to be continuing and probably finishing Zone 3 this week. We're chugging along pretty quickly. Then... we're back here for more Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos on Friday. And that's me.
Aw, yeah. And we couldn't do this without the campaign lovingly crafted by the wonderful mind of Amusing Thalia.
Hi, hello everyone. You can probably hear that I sound different than I normally do. My mic had a cord issue and I'm waiting for a replacement, so I'm on a headset mic right now. Just apologies for the quality difference, but I am still here and we still wanted to run, and you know what? But by damn it, we will. As was said, I'm on my channel at Amusing Thalia on Mondays, doing some Deltarune right now. We're just hitting Chapter 3. It's been great. Tuesdays, because our co-host Ray at Key Inc. finally is wrapping up with some of their professional work for Suitor Armor, we are getting back into the TTRPG. On Tuesday, we are trying role-playing games, either online or in some other capacity, hopefully featuring Saris here soon. Coming to you live from an Xbox 360 headset. Actually, unfortunately, a little bit right now. But other than those two things on Monday and this here on Friday, that's really it for me. I'm just floating around, hanging out on other people's streams for now until I get some other things going. But we're cooking. Don't worry, we're cooking. And speaking of cooking, actually, lately I have had a big hankering for beards, and I can't figure out what to cook them in. Connor, is there anything that you would recommend, like some sort of oil of some kind that is good for cooking beards?
Absolutely. For when I'm cooking my beards, I usually recommend canola, but first you want to keep the beard healthy and clean while it's still active. And the best way to do that is with the fine products from Beard Sorcery.
Oh my, that's amazing!
Indeed. Beard Sorcery. It's your one-stop shop for beard care products. I actually just applied some while we were just sitting here. I applied some wonderful Paladin's Might beard cream. Keeps my beard hydrated and smelling good. As well as the skin underneath is not itchy and scratchy. They also do solid cologne now, I just learned. I actually ordered some of that for myself.
Is solid cologne just like a bar?
It's like a little tub with this I guess you could call it like grease.
Huh.
It's like pomade, but you put it on your body and it smells good.
Get it now, Beard Sorcery.
Yeah, get it now. Beard Sorcery. I recommend it.
I had no idea it existed until now.
Mm-hmm. As well, check out Bones Coffee Company. I've been needing to restock on my own supply of Bones Coffee. And if you are in the same boat that I'm in, then head over to Bones Coffee Company and you can use the code DistortionDevil. And you can save 10% shop online at both Beard Sorcery
Yummy.
and Bones Coffee.
Yummy
Oh
coffee.
my.
And other than that, other than Darky Arts resubbing for 14 months, Cosmos. I think we're ready to get into it.
Well, it seems we are, and not to basically just repeat Connor's previous recap, but that is kind of pretty much what I have for you. Does anyone need any extra time? Feel free to interrupt. Is everyone ready to go?
Ready to go.
I'm good.
Amazing. In that case, then we will return us once more to the cosmos. It is our ship's log of the first 24 hours of the voyage of the crew of the Homewrecker. Within that time, they have traveled across the astral sea, dealt with pirates, zealots, locals. They've saved a dead heart of a god from an even worse fate. And they have since found themselves being honored within the inner chamber of a spiritual sanctum devoted to the ancient teachings of Zerthamon. And as we left off with Xoruk gripping a dagger made entirely of the crystallized body of a god, shaped and honed and fashioned, impressed with psychic energy from a Githzerai anarch. Visions have flashed within the forefront of his mind, things that have yet to pass, or even just could pass. Not sure that they will. And as you find yourself reeling a little bit from these visions and coming back to the world around you, Xoruk, you see your companions all probably looking at you, and I return you to the moment you are in. If there is anything anyone would like to do or say as you all watch Xoruk, who probably stood kind of stunned for a moment after gripping the dagger.
Zark will look towards the kind of edge of the blade. And will take a slight moment to himself.
How do I put this into words? I am thankful for your assistance in all of this. Captain, crew, dearest friend Vex. I don't know why, or perhaps where, the machinations of this cosmic plot might lead towards all of us being together, where it certainly will end, but you have more than proven that you are capable of making the journey. And for that I give thanks.
He will bow honorifically towards the crew.
You have no need to bow. We are equals here.
We hardly could have done it without you.
There's a difference here. You make mention that we are equals. Such a thing is never true for long. In the cosmos, we are always in flux. We are strong sometimes. We are weak other times. But always we are precisely where we're meant to be. There were times back there where I was not of my wit. I did not know where I was. Why I was there exactly. My belief, my knowledge wavered, which is not a common instance for me. But rather than running or taking advantage of the situation, you all stepped up in your own way. Knowing, believing, and acting. These are the effects of a strong crew. One I am honored to serve for.
We'd be honored to have you. Continue having you, as long as you are worthy of this praise.
That is good to hear, Captain. For I have made my decision, and you will not be rid of me so easily.
But hope not.
This dagger I've received, this is a rare artifact of sorts. It is hard to necessarily say how many hands have touched it. It feels right in mine.
Serve you well.
May it serve us well. To the crew of the Homewrecker. And he will raise the blade over his head. To
That's
the
our role.
crew.
Smile. He doesn't have many weapons, physical weapons to speak of, so he will simply.
You can raise the staff.
Oh, you know what? He does have the staff.
Yeah.
He will raise his staff, sort of tamp it against the blade.
Yeah. Hakka will raise his war pick.
The Homewrecker and its crew.
Vex raises a fist.
Vex
Oh,
raises the
ooh.
fist.
Ooh.
Amazing.
Is Marine there?
The Marine is not. Marine stayed at the ship at the moment. She
Gotcha.
was fixing up stuff at the with the other crew members and repairing some minor things. But no, unfortunately, Marine is not here for this.
Yeah, sorry, remind me. We're on our ship, right?
You are currently within the inner chamber within the Temple of Zerthamon, and as you all are speaking, the Anarch has kind of just been staying off to the side, allowing you to have your moment. But as you say this, like to the crew, the Anarch would actually give it not super deep, but like a half bow in all of your direction, seemingly honoring the moment as best they can.
Zarkwell, feeling a little bit more composed and certain of himself, that he's where he should be, he will put the dagger in its sheath and put the sheath into his knife belt.
With our business here concluded, Captain, where next do you wish for us to go?
That is an excellent question. We've certainly got a few mysteries on our hands after our escapades. Art.
Areen mentioned the City of Doors. And there could be possible leads there.
True.
Not to mention, apparently these followers, cultists, zealots, I have no idea, but they are from such a city.
That they are. In fact, they're no stranger to that city. None at all.
You know of Sigil.
Quite. You can say that, in a sense, Xoruk and I are acquainted.
Well, this is good news. We won't go in blind.
Yes and no.
Hakka
Depends-
cocks his head.
It entirely depends on where we go and where it is we venture into and where it is we are heading. Of course, city of such a kind is one that, with as expansive as it is, exceeds even my knowledge of it. I can only say that I even understand, let alone have ventured into a portion of it. Nevertheless, I am more than happy to offer my assistance and my guidance wherever it may be needed, and wherever I can adequately provide it.
A twist to the usual out here. I actually do happen to have a bit of experience, Sigil. I've only been myself on one occasion, but I've sent a group of adventurers there on my behalf to clear up something. I am aware of you contacts and informants could use. We're keen on getting more information on this Starspawn problem.
Does that settle it? Shall we head to Sigil? Do we have
Vex
any
will-
unfinished business here?
Yeah, Saris, you were gonna say?
Is Marine present with us?
I will say at this point, since that's been asked twice and y'all have been talking, I will say y'all can be talking back into the back to
Yeah.
the ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
And at this point, you have exited the temple, and I would say it's like a minute or two. It's
Sure.
a pretty quick walk between the temple,
Sure.
like where the actual temple is, and the entrance you took, and the ship. So at this point, we can say you all are reboarding the ship. Yeah, go ahead.
With that in mind, Vex will look at Hakka and say, I think before we make any full decisions as a group, I think we have a heading. However, I think it would be best if we also spoke with Marine. Given the fact that we have, shall we say, individual motives and our own hidden secrets, I think it would be wise that we gather insight into their collective knowledge as well, so we don't accidentally run into something that we're not prepared for.
A wise precaution. It will take some time to sail to the cage if that is our next destination. It gives us more enough time to talk.
All of you would, as you're reboarding the ship, get oh, thank God you all are back. My God, specifically, I worship one, don't ask. But there's a situation aboard aboard Tom. If you could get over here, Captain.
Perfect.
Kazador picks up the pace.
As you all pick up the pace, you get up to the hangar and begin to board the ship that is Tom. And as you all are ascending, and you can, the door above you opens, and you can hear within what is happening. There is, and the person who would immediately understand and recognize it would be Xoruk, because there is, I wouldn't say intense, but it is Actually, the opposite. I wouldn't say it's heated, but I would say it's intense. There's a very intense conversation that is happening in Githyanki, or Gith, aboard the ship. And as you all kind of get to the top and see what's actually happening, the two Gith that you had taken, Inavri and Kinatal, are in some sort of either debate or argument of some kind. And Inavri is kind of like arms crossed and is like standing in the doorway of the crew quarters and is kind of seemingly obstinate or something just based on like initial reads. And Kinatal is like gesturing and seemingly more frustrated of the two.
Kind of looking towards Marine.
Marine is kind of leaning against the other wall, and she just kind of gives you all a shrug.
Telepathically.
Is there a problem with those two?
I honestly think it's best for Kazador to interact with this one. They both speak GC, Galactic Common, so they should be able to communicate. So that I don't know. I think one of them wants to stay on board.
Telepathically to Kazador.
The Gith that are on board. They need a firm hand. One of a captain that I cannot provide. They seem to speak the common tongue. Would you be willing to speak to them?
Of course.
Do you remember the common greeting of the Gith?
Give me a refresher.
Approach them. Eye level. Make sure that at least one of them sees you looking towards them. And say, Skatzai.
Kazador will nod and he will begin floating over to the two.
Inavri, the one that was a little bit more traumatized of the two, the one that was like kind of chanting, muttering a little bit more, looks at you and doesn't like stiffen, but they like stand up straight a little bit, and they actually give you a like Gith salute, like a Githzerai salute of some kind. And the other one kind of turns around and gives you like a half bow.
Githzerai.
Captain, Inavri speaks up.
In a heated debate. Something I can help with?
Inavri, who said captain and was about to speak, you gets cut off by Kinatal. We were just leaving, actually. I wanted to thank you. I think we were staying. Looks back at Inavri. We were staying because we wanted to thank you for returning us here safely. And Inavri speaks up again. We did want to do that, yes. We would thank you. But I have a request of you, Captain.
I'm listening.
We are extremely thankful that you saved us within the heart of the... what is the word in the common? God. Within the power of Rekal. You saved us and we are extremely thankful for it. But ever since the worm was inside my head, ever since I've had it removed, I still see it. I still see the things it was showing me. I still hear them whisper. I feel as though my fate is not yet finished with this. I feel as though your fate will cross their paths once more. and I wish to help.
Something tells me you may be at an impasse. Both of them.
I just wanted to return to the temple. I think that they can help in Avri. I think that they can solve them of this mental incursion. I think it's dangerous to keep it, and I do not think that they should lean into it by following you.
Inavri is the one that wants to stay, correct?
Mm-hmm. There is almost like a demeanor change in them. They were very passive, very quiet, very traumatized after the whole circumstance. But right now, it's almost like a switch was flipped. They seem very determined. They're still a little bit more demure than Kina. Kina seems very forceful in nature. But this seems to be, you kind of get the sense that this might be the first time that Inavri is like almost speaking up for themselves.
What can you do?
I am a somewhat experienced warrior. I have training in all forms of martial weapons and basic equipment. I noticed you had various artillery weaponry aboard on the main decks. I can operate any of it. I have simple martial training. I can fight with my fists as well. Other than that, I have had training with protecting my mind. It seems I need to work on that more, but with I was an ascetic with the temple, so my life has been devoted to honing myself physically. Any manual labor you would need done, I can do.
Kazador thinks for a long moment. He's gonna look at oh goodness. Names are terrible.
Xoruk,
You're fine.
Vex,
No,
Hakka,
no,
Marine.
the other Gith that was
Yeah,
in
there
favor of...
Ina and Kina, which is, I apologize for making it like that. They're spelled differently, but that is unfortunately what the Inavri Kinatal.
Gith names.
Gith names.
So gonna look at Kinatal. Just try and gauge their emotions on this whole thing.
Roll an insight check. Other to get beyond what they're like very clearly expressing.
That's a 16.
16. There is a protectiveness. That is the primary emotion. There's almost like a big sibling sort of energy that's coming from Kina towards Inavri. They are you get the sense that the reason why they're saying that they should go back to the temple, the reason why they are hesitant to support this in some way is they're worried about them. They think this could be dangerous. They think that they could get hurt. They think it could go wrong in some way, and it's very clear that the primary concern here is concern for the person more than anything else.
Kazador's going to think for a moment. The journey ahead is likely to be fraught with peril. More peril than even you experienced in the heart of Pavrevrakal.
If in the heart of our peaceful existence on the edge of space was attacked by creatures such as that, I can't imagine what they would do to places where there are more people who are less capable to defend themselves. I have seen what they wish to do. I have felt what they feel. I can be an asset to you. Captain, this is my will.
Good answer.
Welcome aboard.
In that case, then I am staying to make sure you don't die. Kina kind of crosses their arms obstinately and defiantly.
Kazador smiles and stifles a chuckle at that. And I assume you are similarly trained.
Anything Inavri could do, I can do better. Except for be a nice person. Kina kind of gives like a, what the hell, sort of like expression back.
If you're going to be on my crew, you're going to have to at least get along. Or at the very least, not be at each other's throats all the time.
I can assure you, Captain, that she is normally not so abrasive.
That's what she wants. I hear that's a good thing to have at the fore of your mind out here.
Well, Captain, your crew grows by the minute. Marine kind of speaks up from the back of the room.
So it seems.
I actually had a thought on that, if you're willing to hear me out.
Want first mate for nothing.
It was actually about that I wanted to talk to you. I think, after the madness that we all just experienced on our first outing, I think we deserve promotions.
A promotion above first mate.
Yeah, she kind of like fixes her jacket a little bit. Captain again sounds good. Fleet captain.
But then what rank would Kazador have? Captain,
Just
Captain?
Fleet captain.
Yeah, I was going to ask, are you heading in the direction of like some sort of colonel or admiral?
I think Kazador's like eyebrows will like raise up really high. Fleet.
I was trying to avoid having my presence be learned about while we were here by any of the pirate crews, but unfortunately, as a result of our interactions, that's not going to be possible. So, I think rather than try to hide it, I'm just going to lean into it. I'll be real with you. I will explain myself proper, especially since you're getting involved with me more now. Our, let's say, mutual acquaintance, you've interacted just a little bit with the Captain Joarth, right? Kithrak, Gothrak. They're a pretty influential fleet captain, what I'm suggesting you be. But he may have explained, or I may have explained, that while you're within the Gnosis cluster, let's just say it's whoever's around that is representing the various pirate crews. He is not the most influential nor the largest by a long shot. I used to sail under one of the larger pirate fleets until I didn't. There's still some bad blood between me and that fleet.
For clarification, Captain, if one commands more than one vessel, flotilla perhaps, that is not the size of a fleet, they are usually referred to as a commodore.
Hey, that's a word.
Commodore.
There's a
I feel like people
cheesy-ass
may get.
smile.
I feel like people might get tongue-tied referring to me as Commodore Kazador.
Commodore Rain sounds good.
That cheesy ass smile gets even wider when Kazador says, Commodore Kazador. Like Vex was thinking it.
A fleet. I hardly say this
My name still
qualifies,
carries.
but
My name still carries quite a bit of weight, and even if I'm, she gestures around, even if I'm sailing a smaller vessel, you'd still be captaining 2 ships. And I think if you're going to be interacting with Joarth, which you will likely need to defuse before we leave, having the weight of multiple ships is a lot more intimidating.
That was a question I was going to ask. Obviously, rank makes it easier for us. How often do other pirates care about other pirates' rank?
They usually only care about the highest ranked members, the officers aboard a crew. Usually the only ones who carry any weight on a ship, and usually the only ones who other people would care about. Smiles and kind of mischievously looks over at Xoruk. Now, can you imagine what it would tell other pirate crews if you were to officially announce that the grave of Gake was your first mate?
I think it's less of a matter of rank and more a matter of reputation.
She nods.
If I have permission, Vex is gonna look at Xoruk. Can I insight you on how you're reacting and responding to that proposition?
I don't think you'll need to roll. You can definitely tell he's uncomfortable with his local name being thrown around, but he does recognize the usefulness of it, so he's just kind of rolling with it.
Are we sure we want to rely on old titles?
Unfortunately, as someone who has an old title, they stick with you. It's not your choice what other people know you as.
There are worse things to be known as, certainly.
Xoruk,
He
having fought alongside you now, I can say very certainly you are more than your name.
You do me an honor. That
Kind of
being
does
said,
the head nod.
promotions or not, we are going to need to head towards the cage. Are either vessels ready for such a journey?
The cage is complicated. Can't really teleport in by your own will. You have to find a door. So our options are either we have to sail to one of the established astral doors, or just sail there directly. And I've done both. I know both routes from here. They each come with their own complications. But we can get there in these ships for sure. No doubt.
Well, we're not exactly in a rush. Say we err on the side of caution, try and get.
In that case, the long route it would be. We could head towards one of the astral doors, but they tend to be. Let's just say they're hotly contested items that other conflicts can roll into on occasion. There's one that's near the River Styx that is basically a constant site of one of the main battlegrounds for the Blood War.
I'd probably see if I could get some more tickets for Important Express, but that may take some time.
Oh, the Express. Yeah, no, that is one way in. You just have to catch it at one of the stations.
Right. And who knows when that will happen.
You have to find one of the schedules. They're usually related to Mechanicus. It's a whole thing. The people who know how to use it well. The people who don't are kind of kept on the outside.
I've got a contact that might be able to get us in, but again, that is up in the air. Out in space, I guess.
Best get there on our own merit, then.
Indeed. Plus, it will give me some insight as to how these things work out here.
Leah,
Mia,
I have a question.
I hopefully have an answer.
I don't have the component, and I don't have it prepped, but if I have a day, I can have it prepped. Would plane shift get us to Sigil?
Potentially, so this is something I think Kazador would just know this, that plane shifting in or out of Sigil is not
It's not
traditionally it's not traditionally possible, and attempting it has a range of possibilities as to what can happen. You can end up within Sigil. I think Kazador would know you most often end up in a random location within the Outlands.
Okay.
It can go worse, it can go better, but most commonly you end up somewhere in the Outlands.
It's true.
Interesting. Is that... You know what? I'll just ask this Hakka. Just...
If given enough preparations, I just realized if I were to get some metal rod of considerable value, I could plane shift to Sigil. Your concern.
Sigil is...
Explain.
Sigil is unique as far as cities go. It is tightly controlled how people can get there. I believe teleportation and plane shifting into the city itself is next to impossible. Best case scenario, we end up somewhere in the Badlands. I've only ever been there once.
Was it bad?
So,
It was actually quite pleasant.
depends on where you end up there.
We were in
Why
a
is it
large...
called the Badlands then?
Well, they call it Badlands because it's just out in the middle of nowhere.
I see. Well, it is an option on the table. Shall I try to prepare the spell or no?
I think we should... we should try and get there with the... I think...
That is... Yeah.
I think the experience would be good for us.
I'll also let you in on a little tip about spell jamming.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Leah, you're
You
roboting.
roboted a little bit.
Oh, hello. Are we still good? That I saw the
Yeah,
we're good
Discord.
now.
That was the
We're good.
Discord one. I saw
Yeah.
Discord drop for a second.
Yeah.
Did a little
So,
hurt.
yeah. So you were saying a little tip, and then it went robotic. So,
Whoopsies.
Yeah.
Let me just check something real quick.
yeah, you're good now.
Okay,
You're good.
we're
now.
good. We're all good.
So
No,
a little tip.
little tip. There is a way around that. So there are these things called keys. And I know just you're like, yeah, I know what a key is, but like if you can find a key to Sigil, you can plane shift in. They're very rare. They're very, very highly sought after.
Perhaps it's something to look into while we're there. All right. I think we've got an idea of what we're going to do next.
We'll also say a spelljammer cannot be detected. Biggest reason why Gith use them.
Interesting.
You try to teleport in, try to plane shift. A lot of things have magic that can sense when that happens. You fly in with a spelljammer? No.
We're not
It's
going
like
to get.
you're... Well, go ahead.
We're not going to get pinged to something we're not again, are we? We are, after all, flying a nautiloid, not necessarily a standard spelljammer.
No. I think I've been thinking about that a lot, actually. I think it would behoove you to paint the shell. Right now it is the normal flat color that the shells are. Something that the Gith never, or that the... It's something a Illithid would never do. It would very clearly mark your vessel as not that.
So what, a skull and crossbones?
I think
Yeah,
that may
making a flag.
that may imply connotation. And I don't know. I only know how it works on the sea on Toril.
I mean, where do you think they got it from?
I couldn't fathom.
Hakka looks to Xoruk and Vex.
Which one of you's good with a paintbrush?
I have skills in craftsmanship when it comes to painting and writing, if there is a need, but unless you want me to design something, painting a large shell is rather easy and requires very little dexterity.
I like the idea of an icon. A symbol that represents our crew. It doesn't have to be thought of immediately, but the idea of having a symbol of our party, of our crew. I rather like the idea.
Of our fleet.
Now you're getting it.
Well,
Something to consider, but painting the shell... Yes, Vex?
There's certainly power in building a singular image in tandem with an image, of course.
They seem to be fidgeting with something as they say that.
What are you fidgeting with?
oh shit.
29 perception.
God damn.
I can perceive you. Not really.
Here's
If you
what we're
don't
gonna
want
do.
it, but-
Diddle-diddle-diddle. Yeah, only if you allow it. But
Yeah.
but
I mean, yeah, they're welcome to do a perceived.
that is a 29.
I will have to ask a favor, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
As my internet browser has crashed.
Oh no!
My lovely DM, would you be so kind as to roll for me?
Yes, I would be happy to.
Thank
S-
you.
Sleight of
Wait,
hand or
what do you need
deception.
rolled?
This would be sleight of hand.
It's gonna be hard to beat a 29. Yeah. If you crit.
Yeah, this is basically looking for a nat 20.
Yep, pretty much.
No.
Oh
that is a
no.
six.
Yeah, they have some sort of weird pendant in their hands. They keep looking at it. It's kind of a discus shape. It's got a red gem in the center.
Mental note taken. It would be obvious because Hakka's not hiding it. He does get like, it's very obvious when he's looking at things because he has to like turn his head.
Oh yeah, 100%. They're not hiding it. They don't seem bothered. It's more just like they're clearly thinking about something as they're saying, "Yeah, no, images hold power."
But icons and symbols aside, where the hell are we gonna get buckets of paint?
Oh, there's plenty of tradable materials for various spell jammers. Like there's the whole shipyard, the ship farm. It's got tons of that kind of stuff. Gith Yankee love painting vessels. It's pastime. The paint and designs on sails and on ships are actually a bit of a point of honor for a lot of Gith ships. So that would be very easy to find here.
Fascinating.
We'll have to restock our stores before we leave.
I'd be happy to take charge of that.
Then I give you leave to do just that.
We come back and the shell's got hot rod flames on it.
Oh shit.
I won't paint it. I'll just grab a bunch of materials, some repair stuff, anything else we might need. But I will officially make my presence known in the ship farm, and I will, at your discretion, Commodore, I will be introducing myself as a captain under your flag.
Already throwing your weight around.
Yes. Sounds like a plan. And Kazador, like, sort of will tilt his hat down over his eyes, hide a pensive expression.
Marine begins to make their way towards the front of this vessel, and as they do, they would kind of put a hand on Xoruk's shoulder. A first mate should be someone who sticks by their captain, and you've done a bang-up job so far. I think you deserve the position way more than I do.
I'm not one for title hunting, but I will make sure the captain is safe and that his
Good.
will is his own.
It's very rare to find a moral man out here.
I think everyone around us has morals. I don't think they ponder the extent of where those morals might lead.
I think you give people too much credit.
Then I am certainly happy to be wrong.
Oh, before I head off, Captain, I think a message was left for you on the vessel when you were gone. There is a look of a flash of concern across her face.
He'll raise an eyebrow and he'll go float over towards the command deck, and he brings said message up.
You find once again the kind of like garbled, jumbled message from before. It's as if it went through like a bunch of static and that kind of stuff, but it seems to be some sort of textual message of some kind that has been almost like fragmented and fried a little bit, going through some sort of interference. You can roll me a Arcana check if you would like to try to like fiddle with this to kind of decipher and see how much you can get.
Oh shit, hacker man, here I go. Arcana check, you said?
Mm-hmm.
15.
15. That is pretty good. That will determine how much of this you get. All right. As you're doing and I will be typing this out. But as I am doing that really quickly because I have to type something out and like do a little editing based on the roll, I am going to give y'all a chance to do what you would like as Inavri Kinatal begin to settle onto the Nautiloid and familiarize themselves with the various things. Marine goes about her business, and Kazador takes a moment to fiddle with this. You all have a moment to yourselves, and probably the better part of a long afternoon while Marine is gathering supplies to do what you will. I'm going to go down the horn really quickly, and we'll just start with Hakka. What would Hakka be up to?
I think you would... You know what? 1 second. Where the fuck? I don't have any dice in arm's reach. This is terrible. Even I do one thing, odd I do another thing. Okay. I'm gonna talk to Xoruk. So, what is Xoruk idly doing over a couple hours? Sad.
Xoruk would kind of be on the observation deck at this point, leaning up against or sitting his back against a wall, looking out into the cosmos with what looks like a small blank canvas, just kind of sketching a few ideas.
Approaching behind you, you would actually hear,
I have a sketchbook of my own.
and Hakka would kind of walk to your side.
I feel often it is important to visualize what might complicate matters in your own head.
I will need your guidance on some verbiage, if you don't mind. What is the word in Gith? What is the word for star?
Depends on what you mean by star.
Hakka just points to one of them.
A celestial body.
Is there a Gith word for it?
A few.
And he'll kind of go over and describe the various words for star and stars and their meaning.
If I'm going to spend a lot of time out here, I find it important to learn the local language. For
You wish to-
instance, go ahead.
You wish to learn Gith?
Indeed.
I don't.
For instance, how would I say, "Good day, my name is Hakka Banemaw. How are you?"
Well, first you wouldn't speak in that form of tone.
So tone matters.
Tone and construction of your sentence are extremely important, especially upon meeting introduction. We speak very often in similar tones to the way we write. Something called Tiesu. And he'll kind of he'll write his own name in Tiersu, which is like a circular fashion. Each of these spokes on the circle can be a letter or a word. That is how the Giths speak. That is how we see the cosmos around us. Everything starts where it ends, and vice versa. If you're making introductions, you would state your name, of course, but you would not ask a question. You are equals, as you mentioned. You would demand to know what this other person you're addressing would be called. I am Hakka. I would like to know your name.
So it's a language of circular request of sorts.
It's very seldom we make requests. Requests are usually done for more intimate-natured things, or things that are too difficult to put into forms of thought to be direct. You might find the Gith, whether they Githzerai, Githyanki, or any other form of Gith, tend to be very direct with our wants and needs. It, from my experience, puts people who are not Gith sometimes at unease. But our language is no different.
Fascinating. It is quite different than my native language of Draconic. And frankly, half the time with sorrels, which is my specific species and culture of lizard folk, sorrels half the time will just roar at each other. Because sometimes that's all we need to get the point across.
There is an honesty in that.
Mm-hmm.
That is admirable.
And there is an honesty in your Tersu, was it?
Yes.
Do you mind showing me your alphabet? If you have such a thing.
We do. And
yeah.
if you hand over the sketchbook, he'll quickly write down the alphabet and show the basics to when you create a spoke and when you would separate the different spokes.
All right. Leah, should I make like an intelligence check trying to learn?
I would say exactly make an intelligence check to see how much you're like putting this to memory now in this moment.
Ooh, a 22.
Okay. You can, so I like to use clocks for this kind of thing. So you can, I would say this is a 6-point clock. With a 22, you can fill in 2.
Okay.
And that is towards learning Gith.
Oh, that looks sick. Oh my god. Xan just posted a picture of it in the Discord.
Oh yeah, Tiersu is really cool.
I actually draw a Tiersu of Xoruk's name before every session.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm just gonna put 2 out of 6 2 out of 6 Gith in my inventory, just so it's a thing I can just keep track of.
Mm-hmm. That is all good.
And yeah, the Hakka and Xoruk like kind of like practice. This is up to you, Xan, because you know more about this than I do. Like, Hakka's mouth anatomy might not fit well with like Gith words, so his accent's gonna be terrible, but he's trying.
Do not so much worry about getting the words exactly spoken right. I often do not speak them in the same way that other Gith do. Not only between Githzerai, but certainly between Githyanki. It is the intention that matters.
Fascinating. Just being out here and it's all about intention. When my culture, intentions were never something that truly mattered. It was about the results of those intentions. It didn't matter if you meant well. If bad things happened, it landed upon you to resolve such a thing.
I understand that still works out here. If your intention brings harm to others, those others will bring their intention upon you. But if you look around, there are no streams of water, nor large spokes of earth, I think they're called mountains, that would divide peoples. The gods on the material planes have chosen to make their worlds into neat pockets. Out here, if the gods are out here at all, they do nothing of the sort. So it is your intention to define your borders. It is your intention to define your boundaries and what you intend to do. Without it, you will fall into nothing.
A world without borders.
And Hakka would just kind of look off into the galaxy and the stars and stuff and just kind of think about that for a bit.
I make my own borders. Fascinating.
There are parts of the material plane that I find incredibly stunning, difficult for my mind to comprehend. I can understand why those who are born to it would not want to leave. But similarly, when I look out here towards the stars, I know no other place that I could call home.
Do you feel deeply for this home?
It's not often I'm asked a question. I don't have an idea for the answer. I don't know. Truthfully, I don't know. I look out here and I see the beauty, knowing that there are countless souls out there living their lives. I see the strange colors, bright lights amidst the dark, cool temperatures. But none of this splendor can touch me, can hold me, can keep me warm. They cannot hold conversation with me. So yes, it is a beauty that I appreciate, and one that I would like to live with for as long as I can, but it cannot defeat good company.
That is something we both see eye to eye. I don't know how I know this term, but I believe it's called wanderlust.
I believe I've heard the term as well. However, as wondrous as this might be, it's easy to get lost in it. I'm impressed. It's not often I find a crew. It's really not ever I've found a crew that I've wanted to find that sense of community with. And certainly, if you wish to learn the Gith language, I would only reinforce this decision for me to stay.
If only you can bear my big toothy accent.
He'll smile.
I think that's good.
That is a great scene. Both of you get a hero point.
Hooray!
Really good scene, y'all.
Really amazing scene. Vex, what would you be up to during this time?
Also, I'm glad we're taking a break. My throat's starting to.
Yeah, no, you valid. Feel you.
Question. Did Marine head to the other ship?
I think you all were on Tom, and that is
Mhm.
where Kazador is having to like decode because the message
Okay.
came to Tom. Like it was
Cool.
received while you all were
Just
like traveling within the
making
heart.
sure
Yeah.
I know where people are because I think
Yeah. No, super
if
valid.
we're all on Tom, I think Vex is actually going to approach Marine.
Yeah, absolutely. Marine is like almost, you know what she'd be doing is she's like taking inventory basically. Like she's walking around the tardigrade right now with like a piece of paper and she's like writing down little like blurbs of Tirsu script to like note some things down. And you're catching her like as she's making her way to the exit, probably go do the same thing on the Nautiloid.
Sure.
Oh, hey there, how you doing, Payload?
Fine. Yourself?
You know, I'm alive. I'm bruised, but thanks to
Yeah.
you all, I'm alive.
Yeah, you sure are, and I'm grateful for it. Mind if I walk with you?
No, feel free.
And a follow-up question, do you mind if I pick your brain a little bit?
I'm an open book. What you need?
This whole I'm sure you have your own sort of feelings about it. But I coming to understand that the picture is far greater, far wider, possibly even deeper than my current standing in in all of kind of makes a gesture. But to be more precise, you mentioned having experiences with the Gith pirates, and while I do not ask you to bring up painful memories, I find myself in a very interesting position as an outsider, where I don't quite know all the ins and outs of at least this part of the cosmos. And there's like a small, like very thoughtful pause, like Vex is trying to figure out exactly what they want to say before they add on, if I may be so bold, I have read and heard only one set of thoughts.
So, break it down for me, because I'm not so eloquent as you. And common is my second language. What do you need?
I'm just curious about the pirates. I'm a bit more familiar with just Gith Yankee versus Githzerai on a more, shall we say, grand spectrum, and also just the particulars of where certain individuals fall in that line. And while you've shared where you fall in that line, I find my picture incomplete.
Roll, and this is your choice, and they will do different things. Either a flat charisma check or a persuasion check.
Oh boy! Give me just a second. I'm pulling things up because we're back.
And they will do different
Internet's
things.
back.
These are like, I know they're like the same check basically, but they're yeah.
I think I have an inkling of what it is that you're getting at. So no, I get that. Plus, let's be real. Higher modifier, persuasion.
Persuasion.
10, which means
10?
that's a 2.
That does mean that's a 2. You can always fade it if you want, but
Nope. We're
Nope.
sticking with this one.
she makes a like face. Like there's definitely a lot that, like, you're asking someone, hey, what's your family trauma? Basically.
Oh,
Which,
no.
like, that's part of the reason, as an aside, where Vex immediately was like, I'm not trying to ask you to really.
I can give you the basics. It's a lot, and I need to be way more drunk if I'm going to tell you a lot of the stuff that's happened in my nightmare of an existence. But to break it down for you, the Gith pirates are essentially labeled as such. It's just that they're the largest faction of Gith that aren't in the camps of Githzerai or Githyanki. The Githzerai, the Githyanki, they have this idolatry involved with them of their various icons. There's Gith and Blackith and Zerthimon, I think. But there's a whole bunch of them, and Xoruk can tell you way more about that, I'm sure.
Right,
He's
right.
Githzerai.
For sure.
But there are pockets like, and she gestures like towards the Gnosis cluster, like the Meteor, the it's kind of already been revealed. I'm actually originally from here, so I'm not technically a pirate by birth. I'm a pirate by nature. I hopped a crew first chance I got, and the moment I was old enough, just hopped aboard a crew, told them I was sailing with them, and sailed with them for a long time. Worked my way up the ranks and became a captain. Now I'm here. But there's a bunch of other pockets of Gith. There's a whole group called the Uniters who are trying to bring the two people together, and like crush a lot of bad blood. I think there's a new faction called the Comet or something like that. That's a whole other thing. But in essence, there's the Gith pirates are a blanket term for any group of Gith raiders that do not associate with any of the major factions. And there's so many of them that they've just become kind of their own third faction, the Gith pirates. There are a few really big captains who have really big fleets.
I would say that makes a lot of sense.
Joarth is intimidating. Joarth has a good crew. Joarth has a reputation and several ships under his belt. Joarth wouldn't think to touch the bigger pirates. They have fleets that would scare off most Githzerai war bands. They have fleets that rival the Githyanki navy.
Slow nod.
And is that, not to pry too much, but is that part of the reason why you wanted to stay under the radar?
A little bit, yeah. The fact that I'm known about again means at some point we will probably brush shoulders with one of those bigger pirate fleets. But that's a problem for future us.
Slow nod. Slow nod, but there's a quite the look of understanding. I understand, I think. Quite the threat of the wrong set of eyes with enough, shall we say, potential, I don't know, influence or strength, perhaps will of mine. You get what I mean. Someone of greater power just happens to, I don't know, notice?
Yeah. So we're let's just say we understand each other on that then.
Yep.
We absolutely do, and that is part of the reason I'm asking the question that I'm asking.
Well, I guess I joined the right crew, because folks like us need to stick together.
Yes. Yes, we do. That certainly is an understatement. There's like a 1,000-yard stare as Vex says that.
The two of you just have a 1,000-yard stare. Both of you are just kind of staring past each other and into a whole other realm. You're just like,
Yep.
do. But there's a pause where she kind of shakes her head. I gotta get back to inventory. Catch you around, Payload.
For sure. If you need anything, just let me know.
Oh, for sure. And gives you a moment to yourself, and it's not long after that Kazador up in the communications relay begins to finish the deciphering. And it's the kind of thing where like you had to go to each individual character and decipher it and then put them back into a thing, and a lot of the characters were not reconstitutable. So you didn't get the full picture until you finished and could put them back in order. And when you finish, this is what you get.
Picture Kazador's just like staring, just completely like dead-eyed, mouth open, just casually mage handing the keys.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Just
this is such
zonked.
a process.
Oh my god, they wrote this in Python.
Says tact nunt.
The dashes represent undecodable letters.
Yeah. So
Ah.
so I think attempting contact with to
Hang on.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this open in the vault here.
Yeah.
Gideon vault.
Yeah,
Mhm.
attempting contact with defect.
Here's your first little puzzle, y'all.
Is it defective?
Could be.
Defective modern unit. Don't know what the fuck that is. For repeating.
So the part that is like
appear.
not dashed out at all, but it's a bunch of weird characters. They
Yeah.
were repeated so many times in that section. Like it was like that thing repeated over and over and over again to the point where you could just decode the whole word.
Okay. So, unit for repeated failure to appear or scheduled trial for scheduled trial. Oh god, help me guys. Scheduled trial.
D blank blank space blank 0.
Yeah. Well, the D blank blank I'm tripping on, but that the word after that could be to, it could be do, it could be so.
Failure to
Failure to appear for scheduled trial is what I think that is.
It's probably due to lack of.
Oh, due to yeah, you're so right. Due to lack of
I am literally doing this by hand, letter by letter right now.
Hell yeah!
I can leave it to Leo to hit the legal speak on us.
Due to lack of response.
Yeah. Of
Or presence.
Or presence. Inevitable retrieval protocol activity?
Activated.
Inevitable retrieval protocol activated.
As
no!
soon as he sees the word inevitable, do I get
inevitable retrieval protocol?
You don't even need to roll a fucking check for you. No.
I think Kazador is just like going over the it's just like stifling a yawn, just one key at a time, like I said earlier. Empty contact with defective modern unit X01 AV Omega 4.
As you type in modern and you're like finishing up, you're going back through, there's a hissing sound, and from the back, the engine room, wow, I finally finished fixing everything back. Oh, hey there! As the Modron, the defective Modron, Thrash, stretches and kind of walks out. Captain!
Modern. No, the D is before the R. Drawn unit.
Oh.
Kazador slow turns. Thrash.
Captain!
You wouldn't happen to... Your original designation wouldn't happen to be X01 AE Omega 4.
If a robot could sweat.
Oh, no!
Just vibrates.
Their motion, all movement, all like ambient idle body just freezes.
1 second, I think I can make that noise. Yeah, there we go.
There's a hissing sound that comes out of a vent.
I got a vortex mixer right here. Oh my god.
Well, that's fantastic news. Because apparently, Unit X01 AV Omega 4 is currently being pursued by inevitables.
They turn around and run back into the engine room.
Telekinesis.
No! Oh no, buddy!
You don't even need to roll. Just... They're just floating a little bit off the ground.
No.
Can I get over the intercom?
Yeah, no. While you are within the ship, you can mentally connect with anyone.
This is Commodore Rain to crew. All crew to observation deck, please. All crew to observation deck. And I'm going to stand up and I'm going to telekinetically drag Thrash with me.
Yep. As slowly, one by one, all the crew members.
Oh no! Oh my fucking god! Just
Please, Captain! Please don't give... Please, Commodore! Please don't!
Be
Please
silent.
don't. Okay.
I haven't decided what's going to happen yet, because you're going to tell us.
Okay.
Kazador, what is going on?
So, I have received decrypted a message through no small amount of effort and time. A message that said that currently a Modron unit
looks to Thrash.
Just
Is
kind of
wanted-
does the like look side to side.
is wanted for repeated failure to appear for a scheduled trial. As such,
Modrons have jury duty?
it's a whole... He just like gestures with his hands. It's a whole thing on Mechanus. It's we can get into it later, but suffice to say they do like their laws and their upholding of such laws on Mechanus. And when someone doesn't appear for a scheduled trial, several things can happen. They can have, say, interdimensional criminals being captured by planetars, for example, or inevitables being deployed.
What
Does
check
anyone
would I have
know
to
what an
roll?
inevitable is?
Yeah, what check would that be, Leah?
Arcana or religion. They would get you different things.
I think, and I think this is a fair assessment, Leah, that Vex has no idea.
Yeah, I think that is a fair assessment.
I think Xoruk would also have no idea, but think the title is really cool.
I think that also makes sense because like the Gith and Mechanicus they operate in very, very different spheres of the astral planes.
Mm-hmm.
With a 21, Hakka, I think it's probably due to your proximity to Kazador. And like you've heard a few of these things, so you've looked into it, and you actually reckon that there is almost like a divine spark to Kazador's magical abilities. They come from an outer plane that is very often associated with like planar forces of law, gods of order and time and fate, very often associated with them. It is one of those. It is one of the outer planes that has a kind of religious nature to it, and inevitables occupy a similar space as I think the closest relativity would be like a planetar. Or an archon.
There's this look of not like horror, but like at first the situation was like, oh, Kazador, what's going on? What's Thrash doing? Like, what is the meaning of all of this? And then there's this look of like, oh no. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kazador like locks eyes with Hakka and nods.
What do you propose we do, Commodore?
Well, inevitables tend to stick to their namesake. I'm not sure there's much we can do. But first and foremost, and he sort of presents Thrash to the crew, floating up in the air with by Kazador's psychic might.
Marine takes a step forward, and she is vibrating with rage. How did they find you? Our ship, Tom, the engine room, it's all loaded with lead. Do you know how much How?
What?
The only place on that ship that is not loaded, it's too late now. The only place on that ship that is not loaded with lead is the cockpit.
Oh no.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that obviously the cockpit, is it possible that, and maybe this is a stretch, perhaps that information was given elsewhere?
That is a good point, Vex. Clearly, not people who know more about us brought us together in the initial phases of their plan. The fact that we didn't kill each other, this could be a failsafe for them.
I just didn't think I was wrapped up in it so closely. If that is the case. If not, did you pilot the ship or something? And like looks at Thrash again. They needed it. And she wheels on the group.
We needed a distraction.
I should have specified. You didn't know. Captain,
Then
permission to be excused for a moment.
Oh no.
I think you need to tell us what's going on.
Okay. I run a smuggling business. We've been over this a little bit. I hide people, individuals, items. I get them across planes. I get things to planes that aren't supposed to be in those planes. I
I'm
get
aware
things
of
out
that.
of planes. I'm getting there. I get things out of planes that are no longer wanted and would otherwise be decommissioned. Do you get the picture now?
You were going to be executed?
I'm not up to this. I have the wrong sides and faces. It was a defect. There was a glitch. It was pretty recent. There's been a lot more recently. Stuff's been going wrong there, and there've been a lot more of us. They're trying to deal with it by just getting rid of them. Of us.
Knowing Kazador's history, Hakka would just kind of look over, worried. Hearing like defect and throwing them out and such.
I think at that Kazador's like haughty, like give me answers now sort of act will wane considerably, and he'll let Thrash go from his psychic grip.
Ooh, there's a clunk. Oh, thank you, Commodore.
For a moment. Is there anywhere we could go that inevitables cannot bother us?
I'm actually gonna roll for Marine on that one.
This would just be Hakka talking out loud.
I mean, the names are inevitable. I think their whole thing is there's nowhere you can go. From the deepest pit of hell to the highest peak of Mount Celestia. Inevitables will find you.
I don't know if that's quite accurate, but
Can you explain?
there are places in this universe that are deliberately set up to have barriers, of which only selected things and beings can go in and out. And while I don't know very much about this quote-unquote inevitable, in my personal experience, there are some things that no matter how hard you try, if it is not the will of the thing, so to speak, it does not happen.
There's another option. These things, I'm pretty sure they can go anywhere within the multiverse, anywhere within the cosmos. But there's a key word on that. Within. I've heard of places that are outside of the known realms.
The Outer Realms.
The far realms.
That's...
Hakka just puts his hand, like his head in his hands, just like, I just got to space, and now there's a space outside of space.
We've got space police and double space.
I thought I was handling this fine, but this is...
Captain, with respect, we cannot hide from this. We should embrace that we know that they will be coming for us before they anticipate our reactions.
Sigil is
We-
neutral ground.
We cannot wait for this to pass. They will wait for us as long as we
There is an
choose to hide.
there is an embassy for mechanists in Sigil.
Hmm.
Would they not pursue us?
No, but if you're planning on confronting it, they would likely pursue you, but there's also other places in Sigil that might foster you. There's a lot of complicated politics, and if anything can hold up the Mechanicus, it's politics.
Then the plan hasn't changed.
These inevitables. They're machines.
Think of Thrash here. Now, picture something like Thrash, but with the power to uphold fundamental laws of nature.
Thrash. He'll look towards him. I do not want to kill your kind. But if they so much as raise a finger to you in hostilities, all you need do is ask, and I will bring them low. You are a member of this crew.
Wait. Y'all.
I'm not
Y'all-
just going to
y'all
cast you to the chaotic winds of the astral just because you're an incan.
I've been telling you a while, Thrash. You are not an object.
Space is wide, Thrash. There are plenty of places you could have fled. Just one port to go. You did not. If you choose to stay with us, we'll choose to stay with you. That's how it is.
Does kind of straightens up, stands up, does a little salute. At your service.
Now, once we get to the cage, Captain, what do you recommend we do first?
There's someone might be able to hide us, or at least someone who might be able to give us information on what we can do next. But I've never met her myself. I've only got stories of what a team I had sent to the city of Doors came back and told me.
Any contact is better than nothing.
Her name is Shemeshka. Purportedly, she is some sort of an underground informant.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Seems you know who I'm referring to.
Hey, she's got a bit of a reputation. I work primarily with my contractor. I work primarily with a tout by the name of Kylie. But she deals with Shemeshka and has quite a lot. The two are on terms, at least negotiable terms. I just know that she has a lot of sway.
I am worried that we'd have equal chances of being helped and being sold out by her if my information is, which I trust that it is.
You're from the mortal planes, aren't you? Right?
I'm from Toril, as is Hakka.
Indeed.
If you don't
Well,
mind me asking, where is that?
Kazador, Kazador, looks around at first to, try and see it, and then realizes how far away from home he is. It's... probably not far from here.
It's one of the local prime material planes, one of the inner cluster. It's called a bunch of different things. You might not know it as Toril. It's it's got a whole list of them. I think the elves called it Faerun.
Vex goes sheet white.
Is this a problem, Vex? Are you not from, what was it, Shadowfell?
The Shadowfell is not my home. It is a place that I was for a very long time, but it is not my home. My home was Faerun.
Kazador, roll me a history check.
Can I get
I
in
go.
on that action?
Yeah, I'd allow you to roll it as well.
Hebushki. Oh, 11. Terrible.
Baba Gaboosh. 18.
18. You are fairly certain that Faerun is a very outdated term for that. That was a kind of mistaken understanding that the elves had, like ancient elves had, when they thought that it was kind of like a mirror of the Feywild. And so they just assumed that it was very similar to that, and they just referred to the realm as Faerun. And it wasn't discovered to be by the elves until much later that they were an ocean and other continents, and it was a whole prime material plane. But Faerun is the
Faerun is a section of Toril.
It's a continent on Toril.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. It is now a continent, but it is what the elves used to think was the name for the whole place, because they didn't realize that they were just on a continent.
What part of Faerun were you from?
There's a long pause. Hey, Leah.
Yeah.
Do I know it by any other name?
Phew. I mean, you would know the time period. You would know the name of the other. You would know the name of the other, I guess, realms. And what the you would know the names of the other, not realms, of the names of the other factions that were active at the time. You would know the name of the various locales within it. I believe that you were part of the central one. But it was called a lot of different things. High Forest, traditionally.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up to you how much you feel like you would know or what you would reveal.
I feel like I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna flip a coin. Okay, and flip. Okay. There's a long pause. Vex is actively fidgeting, and Hakka, you recognize this position as well, of the shifting between weights. Same with you, Xoruk. This is a way that Vex kind of, when they got a lot of thoughts and they're trying to figure out a way to put them into words. They kind of do this thing where they shift between their feet. And they just kind of look to you, Hakka, and look to you, Kazador, and say, I get the distinct feeling that the name of where I'm from is a little outdated.
Try me.
What is it, the High Forest, the High Wood, something like that?
The other name would be Great Everwood.
Oh, something about an Everwood?
You would know the Everwood echoes back to a time when most of the actual land of Toril was covered with one giant contiguous forest, and it was ruled over by giants and dragons primarily. Elves came a little bit later, but it was primarily ruled by giants and dragons. What you
Holy
would also
fuck, how old are you?
Yarp.
The answer is yes.
You would also know that this comes you would also know that this comes roughly before what is just before / slightly contemporary with what is generally known as the Netherese Empire.
I am getting the distinct feeling from the looks on your faces that I was in the Shadowfell for a very long time. Well, this is wonderful.
What is this Shadowfell you speak of?
Oh.
It's another plane, Hakka. I can tell you more about, or maybe Vex can tell you more about it. Seem to have hands-on experience.
Vex pulls out like a water skin and starts chugging nervously.
Do they hold up a finger, just 1 second? It's
Yep.
Also, for reference, Connor, in case you didn't know, because Kazador would be able to do the math, that's
thousands of years.
6,000 plus years ago?
Yeah, thousands of years.
Smiles.
Smiles.
Oh yeah? I've got some
I can't stop smiling. My teeth are always exposed.
It's cold fangs. I can't turn it off.
True, I got some of that. I've heard tale of this high forest. But that was
A long time ago?
Kazador sort of licks his lips, just getting ready to say it. It was many thousand years ago.
Hakka's eyes just go wide and his jaw drops a little bit.
Hakka, that is the time of the ancestors. When the Sorrel first came from another realm to Toril.
You were present for when my people first made contact with the plane of Toril. I was about to ask how is this possible, but I'm quickly learning the planes and their rules can be not natural.
Kazador is...
Wouldn't that make you... Oh.
Go for it, Connor.
Kazador is going to just gauge Vex's reaction to all of this information.
Which is?
You ever see the image of someone staring with a smile, and then like the frame of the TV, the glass shatters.
I think I know.
Hmm. It is one of those things where no need for an insight roll. The realizations that are happening are also happening with them in real time. This is new to them. They are learning today. They are very much learning today. They have so much to process.
You sincerely have my condolences.
I sincerely appreciate it, Hakka.
All your friends and family. They must be.
Hakka.
I'm sorry.
They're taking another swig of their water skin.
Hey, Vex. I'm gonna go finish inventory. Do you want to help me?
You know what? That sounds like a fantastic idea, Marine.
Cool. Come downstairs and help me count water skins.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
Kind of does the like buddy, put a hand over your shoulder, gives you like the side hug.
Like we're locking arms and we're just like, yep, this is where we need to be. Don't mind us.
Y'all have a little bit before we shove off. I'm gonna go gather supplies after we finish inventory. See you later, Commodore.
Right. Kazador looks like very deflated right now. He's had to break some incredibly bad news to somebody and he didn't even realize it.
And he's still processing bad news he just received.
Yeah.
Inevitables and time travel and outer space.
Xoruk,
Yes, Captain.
forgive me if this is prying. Where exactly did you find Vex?
I do not wish to tell their story for them, but I was with my crew at the time, someone who I was quite fond of. We found them, as was already mentioned, a strange corner of the Shadowfell. They were lost. We brought them aboard and we've been traveling together ever since.
And you've known each other for how long now?
Feels like months, maybe years, it's hard to say. We've been on many adventures together, so certainly not a short time.
Also, have we seen Vex without their helmet?
Hakka has. Xoruk has. I don't think Kazador has.
I guess he wouldn't answer. He wouldn't ask that question then. He'll just continue pondering.
Is this a source of trouble for you, Captain?
No trouble. It's just incredibly unexpected. If Vex is to be believed, and I'm sure they are, Great Everwood, High Forest, that was many thousands of years ago on our home planet. Empires have risen and fallen since then. The world is no longer green, not in its entirety anymore. How could this be? I know elves are long-lived. They aren't immortal.
From what travel I have gone through into the various planes, time does not always flow like a river. Often it can freeze or speed up in certain frames. So I cannot say with any form of certainty other than this wild speculation, but if Vex is somebody who exists now out of their time, they are certainly not the only one. It's not impact what they have gone through, of course, but such things have happened.
Kazador, will shake his head, trying to shake a thought loose. Well, being bearer of such bad news, perhaps it's best if we prepare to set off.
You are a captain, a commodore even. It is your prerogative to give information, good and bad. Comes with the title, comes with the job.
I think a very pensive look will appear on Kazador's face at that.
Think of it this way. Where we sail from and towards, if something were to learn of Vex's position outside of time, we try to use this to gain advantage over them, cause a distraction in a most critical moment. Do you think now would be better for them to learn of this, or during that scenario? Too often do creatures plague one's mind. Doubt is the easiest way to lead to someone's demise. I think you did well, Commodore. This allows Vex time during this relative era of ease to think about this rather than learn about this in a more critical moment.
Appreciate you saying so. It's obvious on his face that doesn't make him feel any better.
If you have need, I have spoken to Vex many times on more personal matters. I could speak to them if you wish.
I think I would like to speak when they are ready.
Very admirable, Captain. Sorry, Commodore.
Call me for as easy as you wish.
He will bow his head.
As my second in command, you have that right.
You are one of the only... Sorry.
What am I, chopped liver? No.
You are one of the only ones who have ever called me by my name. Nearly everyone else out here has called me by one title or another. I will call you Commodore around people who are not part of the crew, as it's an honorific, and it's my choice to make. But if you would allow me the honor, I will call you Kazador.
I will indeed. Sounds like a fine plan.
I will. Hakka. I should teach you more about spell jamming and its particular riggings, as it were.
I wish to learn, and I find the seed for wisdom is the phrase, I don't know. So, enlighten me.
He will nod and lead Hakka towards the guts of the ship and start teaching him more of how the engines work, but also be mixing in Tirsu while doing so.
Yeah. So it's a language lesson and a shipping
Roll me
lesson.
another intelligence check, because this is also gonna. So I don't think we established a clock for your learning engineering, because you were studying with Thrash as well.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna put that on, because I remember you did quite well. I'm also gonna put that on 2 out of 6 successes.
Okay. I'll mark that down.
And then this check will also determine.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Oh my God, 21.
All right. You have 2 points. You can put them either 2 in 1, 1 in 2, or 2 in the other.
I'll do 1 and 1, just to even things out.
1 and 1. Keep it even. A little bit of both. Makes a lot of sense. And as you go studying, Kazador processes a little bit. Vex and Marine do some inventory. What's up?
Just one last brief scene.
Oh,
before
of
we cut.
course. Of course. This wasn't a cut for... This is just going to take a quick break, but go ahead.
Yeah, Kazador is going to take one last look at Thrash. Probably find somewhere where you'll be hidden, like Marine suggested. At least until we get to Sigil.
I'll stay in the engine room. Commodore, thank you.
Sometimes broken things can be remade into the most useful things we have.
When I learned you were... Pardon, sorry. But it's just when I learned you were related to the plane, I got real scared. I was really afraid something bad was going to happen. And then when you took me, I'm just very thankful that you see me as a worth protecting.
Just because you're non-standard doesn't mean you're broken. Kazador will sort of begin rolling up one of his sleeves on his shirt to reveal that underneath all of the large robes and flowing capes and furs and stuff, underneath Kazador's emaciated, his skin clings to his muscle and his bone. You might be able to suspect that you could see ribs protruding underneath his robes as well. Let's just say we're more alike than you might think.
Looks up at you. I don't know what to say. Thank you. For as long as you'll have me on crew, I will do whatever I can to help out.
I expect as much.
Does like a salute and then begins to scurry back towards the ship.
Watches him leave, Kazador will sort of look out a window and he'll look at his own hand, and the sort of white scales, draconic in nature, running up the back of his palm. He will turn his hand around to the more fleshy padding underneath, and he'll eye a slightly more paled, less weathered band of flesh on his ring finger. And he'll just clench his palm and look out into the vastness of space and say, "Those my work, isn't it?"
And that is where we're going to take a quick break.
Oh my God.
Good shit, Connor.
Damn.
Hero points all around. Hero points all around.
Yay!
There you go.
And I'm putting my palms up, Cinema. Good shit, everybody.
Good shit, everyone. Oh my God, this is incredible.
Y'all are killing it. Y'all are great. I appreciate y'all so much.
I'm also killing my voice.
High handshakes you. Marine is Marine.
Yeah. Hello, chat. How you doing? How's it going?
Yeah, I'm gonna really quickly go to the restroom. We'll BRB, but thank y'all for being with us.
All right.
Yeah, damn, Vex is old.
So I was not planning on dropping that immediately, but good shit.
We're like, I mean, we're like, how many hours into the campaign?
Oh sure. But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Oh yeah, Kazador and Vex have plenty to talk about.
Oh, do we?
So do Hakka and Vex now.
Hey, remember what I said when we were doing our character creation stuff that I was like, I could see connection points across the board?
Oh yeah.
Good shit.
Somebody's asking in chat, can we please get a rundown of Kazador and Hakka's background, how they met, where they came from, and all that? Funny story. It's not streamed. There's no VODs of it anywhere, but Hakka and Kazador are from a previous Icewind Dale campaign that Connor and I were in. So
Yes.
These are characters that have come out of retirement to
Essentially,
come into, yeah. I thought I wasn't going to play that version of Hakka again, and then I know it's one of my... Yeah, I'm sorry. We just did... It was a personal game, so...
It was way before I was even considering streaming or anything like that. I was I'm friends with Monty from outside of all this, and she was like, hey, I really want to run Icewind Dale. I was like, okay, I'll run it, and that's just... So we just kind of did it.
A younger and more arrogant Hakka and Kazador.
Yep. Yeah.
I think TLDR, they had their own stories, which we kind of touched on a little in the session 0.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I kind of thought like, you know, whatever you want to know, that you feel free to ask a question. We're not going to spoil things from Icewind Dale, but feel free to ask questions.
Wait, I thought your Goblin Wizard was from Icewind Dale. Are you thinking of Fringe? Because I am not Fringe. That was what's his name? Shrike?
Shrike, yeah.
Yeah.
He was from the place Icewind Dale, not the campaign Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden.
I've been people mixed up. Don't worry. People mistake me for Mark. People mistake me for Rabbit. It's just I don't know what it is. I just woke up from an absence.
You're more handsome than both of them, Thero.
Oh, shut up and kiss me. No, Tiny Silky Moth, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you want to really quickly give, the backstory for Hakka and Kazador making their way to Icewind Dale, I think, feel free to go ahead.
So initially...
That's all you're writing.
I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back.
I don't want to give too much, but basically, Hakka was sent with Kazador to Icewind Dale to die, essentially.
Yeah.
For reasons that, we'll probably get into sometime in this campaign. Hakka's name has a lot of implications and connotations assigned to it. Very, very not good ones.
Oh, just you wait, baby.
And so Hakka was sent there as you're not dishonored enough that we should execute you, but we're sending you to Icewind Dale. A lizard folk from Cholt, we're sending you to Icewind Dale. Fuck off. Go away. And Kazador was sent. Connor, you can fill that part in.
Yeah, Kazador was a part of a large band of hobgoblins that had fancied itself an empire called the Kasigi Empire. And essentially it was very, very Spartan sort of society where, it raised, tough, physically fit, burly men and they had like big training regiments and just conquer by the might of your own will and stuff like that. And Kazador was born sickly, and so essentially was cast out as a child. However, that is when his sorcerer powers awoken, and he essentially fought his way back to his society, and they're like, okay, well, he's proved he's tough, but so we'll keep him, but sorcerers and magic are not really a huge thing in the Kisigi Empire, and so rather than have him continue to literally and figuratively make the Kisigi Empire look bad, they sent him off on a mission, quote-unquote, to Icewind Dale, to the middle of frozen bumfuck nowhere to do something.
Yep.
And then a whole bunch of stuff happened.
And then a whole bunch of stuff happened that we don't want to spoil. Because somebody here is going to be playing in an Icewind Dale game soon.
Did they throw sickly babies off a cliff? Literally, yes.
That's... Yeah. Don't worry, it was a demon. And if you want to see what happened to that demon, watch Gobtober.
Oh, yeah. It turned out that was all the machinations of devils.
Mm-hmm.
Throw
the child.
Throw the child.
Yeah. I love this little friend rune we're doing. It's great.
It's a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yep.
Writing for this campaign is just a blast. Every time I'm like, oh yeah, I wonder if I'm gonna. Ooh. The other party members. So there was a friend of ours at the time, Marcus, who was another party member. There was a individual by the name of Austin, who I believe was the editor for Unexpectables at the time.
Yeah, he played a Firbolg fighter.
He played a Firbolg fighter. So there was a Bugbear Rogue, Firbolg fighter, and lastly, there was a couple characters played by the lovely Monty Glue.
Monty de Glued de Ver.
Did a Dragonborn fighter and a Goliath. Oh,
Fighter.
Dragonborn Barbarian, Goliath fighter. And
into
then
Goliath
other
Barbarian.
things, into Goliath Barbarian.
Yep. Things happen, classes changed.
Stories.
I really do hate to be vague, but I don't want to.
I mean, there are
spoil
some
anything.
things that are like, that's not really a spoiler. That's just like part of the setting. Like
Oh, yeah.
Goliath exists there.
Oh yeah,
Period.
yeah.
Like that kind of thing, and so it was related to that. But again, no. 10 towns existed. The party set up a place in 10 towns. They did adventures, kind of mercenary work, a bunch of different jobs. They stopped a bad guy. They stopped a different bad guy. They stopped the main bad guy.
Yep.
They wrecked a lot of homes.
Yep. That's why we're the home wreckers.
Yes, Monty's Petrified Goliath. That is where that campaign is where the Petrified Goliath comes from.
Yeah. And I think that happened around what, level like 5 or 6?
4. It was level 4.
Yeah, and I wasn't
just hitting 5.
Yeah, and I wasn't getting greater restoration for another several levels, so.
Mm-hmm.
Did we have a beach episode for Icewind Dale? I don't think we did. We had one for the Netherdeep game.
We did have one for the Netherdeep game, though.
Yeah. The Goliath is no longer petrified. His name is Stein. Stein was the Goliath's name.
Stein. Monty has posted art of Stein so many times. So I believe Monty's Blue Scare Twitter would be the place to find that.
Yeah.
Netherdeep, Call of the Netherdeep. It's a critical role setting campaign that I like. It had some really cool mechanics in it that I really, really wanted to run, and so ended up running a campaign with pretty much the same group. But partway through, we were joined by our lovely friend Ross and Zan.
Yeah. And now we're here.
Yep. Yeah.
We kept going back to these characters in one shots to the point where I was like, do y'all just want to continue their story?
Yeah. That.
Okay, I'm
That's
back.
Good
That's a
ASMR.
nice pour. That's a nice pour right there.
Hey, Zan.
I swear
Hey,
I gotta
Leo.
sell these.
Mhm.
So good.
I'm
yeah,
so sorry.
Netherdeep was another, like, it was at the end of that campaign that I was considering starting to do streams and stuff. So this is the first stream I'm really doing, like, of this kind. It's I'm having a blast doing it, but I do not have experience prior to this.
I feel like
DMing on stream requires a lot of resources, and
yeah.
seeing Leah in multiple stories now offline, there's been a renewed push for her to do stuff online, and that included like making sure all the assets and everything were handled, because a lot goes into running these shows that you don't normally see.
And
Oh, yeah.
and at first, like, we never thought about connecting the games, but like Ravenloft 1 year, I did this thing. I'll be vague, but it influenced the character Ray cared about in Ravenloft. I was like, hey, Bosco, wouldn't it be crazy if I did this thing? And Bosco, I thought he was going to turn it down. I thought he was going to be like, no, but he said yes. And then Connor tied in Ravenloft, or not Ravenloft, Gobtober into our Icewind Dale campaign. And so it just slowly become this multiverse. We made a D&D multiverse.
There's a lot more presentation that goes into an online stream. So like art assets, coordination between characters and stories and that
I've
kind
actually
of thing.
been
Like
scripting a video about the differences between like actual plays and quote unquote traditional games.
because like we don't script anything, we don't write scenes beforehand, but we do actively talk about, okay, how would these characters interact? How do we want to handle a scene? How do we want to set this up? And I actively, like, I literally sit down and I write like really, really rough outline screenplays, because it is more of a spectacle. It's more of a story. It's more of a show. It is literally a show, and I treat it like such. There is different, I mean, everyone here besides Saris a little bit, but that will change, has been in my more like offline stuff and sees that it's way more casual. I do a very different style, and
Even just logistically speaking, like if you're using our assets, it has to be your own assets or assets belonging to the game that you're running. Otherwise, there
Yeah.
could be legal troubles because you're posting these on VODs as well. It's the same thing with music.
Mhm.
It's the same thing with maps. It's like there's all these things that presented wise, like you have to physically do on your own rather than just using something from the internet or being more casual with some of the music or assets you might be using. And while there are some DMs who do that anyways of their own volition, and kudos to them, most DMs don't do that on off-stream games.
and I try to a little bit. I try to keep to basic assets and that sort of like stock imagery and that kind of thing. I've shown off a lot of 5e assets in this, but I'm actually moving quite away from it. That was just very fitting for what we were doing, and 5e has a lot of really good Gith assets, which is part of the reason I was using them for a lot of the recent stuff. But you will see a lot of showcased 2e and 3e art from that I'm good that will be happening like throughout the campaign, because I'm drawing a lot from first, second, third, fourth, and fifth edition lore.
You could say it's the Gith that keeps on githing. No, come back!
Oh my goodness.
Pharaoh,
Yeah.
-1 hero point.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
no.
And then +1 hero point because it made me
Okay.
laugh. But -1
Okay.
hero point because you made Zan leave.
Okay. Thero, that's racist? Shit, you're right. I'm sorry.
Shit.
But yeah, that's some of the rundown of some of the behind the scenes going on in regards to all this. That, like I've said before a few times, this is a love letter to all of the things I've loved about the various editions, mostly lore wise. Like, I was one of those people who never really got to play, so I would sit down and I would just pour through the books, pour through the wikis and stuff like that, and just read things and imagine getting to play games. Marine was a character that I imagined a game for myself and just ran for myself because I didn't have people to play with, or didn't have people who wanted to run a game for me at the time. And so I've like, that is where a lot of this comes from, is literally me just like writing stories in the background, and not like, oh, I wrote a book and now they're playing it. Like, I wrote campaigns, like I wrote stories to tell with players. It's, yeah. I'm just glad y'all are liking it. Genuinely.
Don't worry, clearly you scripted all the dialogue we had where it was just us players talking to other players.
My dog
And we
actually
memorized it and got it in one take. Yeah.
Yeah, you fucking killed it. It's so, like, best actors I've ever seen.
Are we all back?
But we are all back. We're all ready to go. Let's get back into it if y'all are good.
I just want to say my fiance just delivered a bunch of tea with honey in it. I'm good.
Yummer.
Yo.
A little bit of a sore throat, so I apologize if I'm taking breaks between
no,
words,
all
but I'm
good.
gonna try and
Dude,
keep
me
it good.
too.
We are all shaking hands here.
So what I'm hearing is, Connor, we need to have.
Yeah, you guys go ahead.
We need to carry this.
I mean, Kazador is a historian, so he probably knows more than most a good deal of what happened since you went away.
That was a joke, by the way.
I
Just
wasn't
pointing
joking.
out the fact that the two of us don't have sore throats.
Oh, yes. I also don't have a sore throat.
But also, if you want.
I just had to pick a character that talks like this.
I don't know where
The door is
it,
open.
I don't know where you got that
Yeah,
from,
that's right.
Skin.
Oh my god. Gateway, Saturday nights, Unexpectables.
All right, everyone remember the rewrites I made during rehearsal?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Zen. Thank you, Zen, for the good joke. Zen's the funniest.
Frankie ate the new script. Fuck.
There's a script?
Looks out
It's true.
looks
yeah,
out at my
actual plays well
partner,
scripted.
also named Frankie. Frankie, why did you eat the script?
Oh, Frankie.
Frankie, oh, yeah.
What's my motivation?
Dinosaurs.
So you're a dinosaur.
Your job. You want to keep your job.
Oh no.
I'll be
All
in
right.
my trailer.
Swinging, diving, delving, floating back into this. Our heroes aboard the KSS Homewrecker, the Nautiloid ship captained and crewed by our lovely heroes here, have taken some time to themselves to process some recent information that they have been given, to discuss some things between various party members, and at the moment, you all can be wherever you'd like to be, as Marine has made their way off and is doing some advertisement work, let's say, as well as getting some supplies for you all. But for the moment, each of you has the ship to yourselves, and any actions, conversations, or behavior you would like to exhibit, that is on you.
I think Xoruk during this time, after kind of spending some time teaching Hakka, but not wanting to overwhelm Hakka with too much information, is going to let him process it. But he's also going to do some processing himself. He's going to make himself some tea with the fancy tea set. And on the same table that the tea is kind of steeping, he's going to have the dagger there and is just going to kind of mentally attune to it. And I don't know if the item requires attunement, but is going to, regardless, kind of mentally connect to it given the psionic nature of the weapon's properties. And
So
yeah.
this is a real quick thing. We are going to get that. This is just small mechanic. It's not like a huge change, but it is something called fated attunement. You can only have one fated item attuned at a time.
Okay.
But it does not count for your normal attunement slots. It does not
Got
account
it.
against it.
Cool. I mean, Xoruk will be doing that, so that's what he's doing during that time.
There are some flashes, once again, visions similar to the things you've seen before, places that could be, places that may be, places that perhaps you want them to be in your future. Past, perhaps. And as you finish your meditation with the dagger, I'm going to, really quick, Vex, what would you be up to?
Can I go last?
You are welcome to go last. Hakka, what would you be up to?
Hmm.
Things that make you go,
You know what? What's Kazador doing?
Kazador is probably flying the ship.
I would approach Kazador, I think.
Or at least in that chamber at the moment, because y'all are still gathering supplies. You have a little bit before you head out officially.
Yeah, I think he'd at least be like kicked back and staring at the decrypted message that he got.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Kazador,
Yes.
a moment of your time.
How can I help you, Hakka?
The nature of your blood, inevitables, time, mechanicus. Do you have any idea how this happened?
How I came to powers, or how I came protecting a defective Modron from inevitables?
The former. What is the nature of your magic?
No. I've been able to do things since I was born. And I still know very little about the why.
Well, I've noticed the how of it. The hand gestures you make when you cast a spell. The way you can alter such magic as well. It's
Isn't a terribly uncommon thing. Sorcerers exist all across the multiverse, having been gifted their power from some unknown entity or a stray strand of the weave embedded in them as they grew. Possibilities and causes practically endless. Whether my abilities are the product of some divine providence or a freak accident, simply don't know. Why do you ask?
if it comes naturally to you, do you think you could teach it to somebody? Do you think you could teach it to me?
This isn't like wizardry. Wizards study the weave and has on all of life and the effects they can have on it. My innate abilities are something I don't think that can be learned, but we could try. The feats you're referring to, I've spoken with a few other sorcerers, and colloquialized term for call it meta magic. When we can exert our own arcane will self and things it was not meant to.
There is a hungry look in Hakka's eyes when you mention meta magic.
Kazador will just sort of like, he'll cast Firebolt, but he won't like throw it anywhere. He'll just have it appear in the palm. And he'll sort of like examine the flame for a moment before twisting and turning and exerting his power onto it and turning it into a bolt of lightning in his grip. He'll do it again, changing it to pure thrumming sound that deals thunder damage if it were to strike anything. And he changes it back to fire.
Kind of like a curious like shark or something. Like Hakka is circling, getting a good look at each time you alter the magic. Your
Something
proximity to go for it.
No, you go.
Your proximity to me and our years together would, my magic is more or less a request.
Yes,
I beseech the ancestors and they deliver.
Yes. Comes from an external source.
I'm wondering.
And Hakka would kind of look into this altered magic that you keep like flickering back and forth.
I wonder if I could be the fuel. If I can be the spark. Such a thought would be heretical back in Chult. But out here, there's so many possibilities. The worlds have been opened, but I feel like my mind has been opened as well. It terrifies me, but I'm insatiable, I'm curious. I want to see where this leads. Show me more.
Well,
And we can cut it there if you want.
yeah, I think Kazador will just sort of think and tap his fingers together for a moment. Well, I suppose.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Not sure how much progress we'll make on teaching you meta magic. You promise to try, at the very least.
Let's begin.
Really
Right.
quick.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because this is getting into a mechanic that I have been working on, and I think this is the perfect time to introduce it.
Well,
I've been thinking of another way to use fate points because I give them out very liberally. You can use a fate point to,
Hero point.
hero point, fate point, same thing. You can use a hero point to... Brain just shut down for a second. You can use a hero point to start or progress a clock towards a feat with hero points.
this would be meta magic adept if I'm.
And I was,
You're picking up what I'm putting down, and next level.
so you may spend a fate point to start it and make a roll.
The thing is, I am gonna pick it next level, so maybe like I kind of don't see the point of spending a hero point if.
Yep.
It's
No,
ju-
you can. It makes this the perfect chance to introduce it, but you can use hero points to train in other things. This could also be proficiencies in other various things, like skills and the higher power it is, the longer that the clock will be. But
it's really
yeah.
cute. It's really cute. You think we're getting a level anytime soon, Thero?
I've only got so many left to give y'all.
Yep.
Yeah, so we can talk something out if like the clock's not run up but we level up, like Leah.
Yeah, no, that is totally fine.
I'll fucking spend a hero point then, sure.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll.
Intelligence.
For this one, it would actually be charisma or wisdom.
Okay, I would. Can I keep the 18 I rolled and
Yes,
just
yeah, of course.
Okay.
I honor dice.
Yeah. So 18 plus 5 would make that a 23.
Okay, you're using wisdom then in that case?
Yes.
The reason why I say is wisdom is your spellcasting, no positives, negatives. If you tried with charisma, you would have a benefit because you're using something that you're not, like you are actually training something you're not necessarily good at. So if you succeed on a roll with charisma, and I'm not saying whether or not an 18 plus your charisma because I don't know what your charisma is, but I also run scaled successes.
Aha.
I'll
If-
let you
if
know now,
you-
one of them will give more than the other.
If you respect the dice, and if we go
Mhm.
charisma, it's just going to be a flat 18.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? Fuck it, we ball. Let's go charisma. That'll lower it to an 18, which is
Okay.
not bad by any stretch of the imagination. But
So, this is going to be a clock of 10 for your training. So it's a
Good
big
gravy.
clock. Yep, big clock. You need a 20 or higher on wisdom flat to get anything, to get a 1 on this. To get 1 on this. You need a 15 or higher on charisma,
Okay.
and you get a bonus 1 because you're choosing to do charisma. So you get 2 rather than the 1.
Okay. All right. I got 3 clocks added to my sheet this session.
I love clocks.
Clock.
Next time you draw Hakka, they'll just have a bunch of watches.
I bought this Rolex for 5 silver. I got such a great deal.
I'll kill you. Why, you little?
Nice
I
clock.
reach up to strangle you.
Hakka's not that tall. He's 5'6".
Shit.
Yeah, he's as tall as me.
Short.
Yeah. It's the female Saurians that are bigger.
Well,
But he's
wrapping back
wide.
around.
What was
Kazador,
that
you would be up to that. Is there anything else you'd want to be up to? Either
There's
before
something-
or after that.
There's something he'd want to do, but he's going to let it breathe for a little bit.
Got it. And
Sarah's too good.
you good? You ready?
Yeah. So
we sure are on a ship, aren't we?
We sure are on a ship.
on a ship, and Vex is sure that we're on the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're sure that we're on the ship. And Vex, being who they are as a person, is finding it very difficult to do what they know how to do best.
In this moment,
Mm-hmm.
which is to just not, to disconnect, to focus on what they need to focus on. And in what I'm assuming would be like their living quarters, right? Where they've been staying, at least in private, whatever that may look like. They have been pacing, and they have been pacing, and they've been pacing. And the pacing isn't enough. So they start removing, they're going to take the full 10 minutes. And I understand the consequences of this. They're going to take their armor off.
Mm-hmm.
Piece by piece, even though this is a long process, there is a hurried sense of like, I need to not. We need to not. I need to not. And it's just kind of this mental loop for a minute of I need to focus. I need to not. I need to focus. I need not. I need to focus. And they find, even after removing their armor, their hair down completely, their helmet off, only in, casual civvies, they still don't quite feel disconnected. And so they take their book and they start scrounging. And if you want me to roll in their discomforted state, I'm comfortable with that, and I'm more than happy to let the dice choose the narrative, but they're going to start looking for a place to be not just by themselves in like a living quarter, but a place that actually has a bit of space where they can spend some time with the book specifically.
Got it. I don't think you have to roll just for this initial part. That is just you taking off the armor, you putting things away, finding a quiet spot. And you went around the ship pretty thoroughly with Marine just earlier, so you've seen where pretty much everything is. Marine has been using one of the two nautiloid cargo bays for most everything. Y'all don't have enough supplies at the moment, and even what they're grabbing, it's going to be the basics to it won't even fill up one of the cargo bays. This other cargo bay is empty at the moment, doesn't really have anything in it, and there's no reason for anyone to go down to the crew quarters, go down to that far in the deck and into that room. It is technically right next to the room where Inavri and Kinatal are setting up in, but they are on the middle decks right now. They're on the outer decks right now, tightening and practicing and aiming with the force ballistas to get some training in. So you have a moment to yourself.
They're gonna open up the book, and they're gonna look for a name.
You begin looking for a name.
Actually, two.
Two.
You know the two names they're looking for. They don't even.
Okay, just wanted to double check those two names.
You know which two names are. You know which two names. They're gonna try and find. They don't even know if they're in the book. For all intents and purposes, they could flat out not be in the book. I leave that up to your discretion. But they're gonna, in this moment of trying to rekindle their focus on one of the few things that they know to be true in this moment, they're gonna look for those two names.
Yeah, this is an investigation check, flat out. That is what the investigation is for. This is going through one by one, paying attention to the details.
Yep. Just thinking about it.
Cat.
Oh, that picked up?
Yes.
Interesting. Normally she.
We never mind. We never care. It's fine.
Yes.
If we hear cat, we hear cat.
Okay.
Cat is good. Cat is friend.
When did we get a cat on our ship?
There is always a ship cat.
There's always a ship cat.
The cat distribution system is in
cat
effect.
Distribution system. All right.
Even in the astral sea.
Dirty 20.
What? Dirty 20. Let me... Actually, I don't normally do this. I do not normally do this. I do not normally like to do this. I'll be right back. Can I bring you into the private call really quickly?
Oh, sure.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Have fun.
How we doing, chat?
Chat, how's it going? You like the gif of Bosco throttling me? That was drawn years ago by an animator friend, Zami, I believe is their name. So enjoy that. But how's it going, chat? How you doing? Yeah, also, I think Metamagic Adept on a Cleric is going to be fun, I think.
Pretty cool, as Connor says.
Yep. Oh, my Death Ward lasts 16 hours? Okay. Oh, my Cure Wounds now has a 30-foot range? Okay.
Oh, these? My cure wounds.
My big D8s. My honker donker radiant damage. Twin cast harm? Oh my god! That is... I will say with Twin Cast, I think you only get like one use out of that because Metamagic Adept only gives you 2 sorcery points. So I'd like
They're
to pick
back.
something that oh.
Pretty quick. Just wanted to check in.
Yep.
Oh, Death
Okay.
Ward cannot be ritually casted. That would make it stupid.
Ooh, that would be nutty.
That would be so overpowered.
Vex. As you are going down line by line, the images start to blur a little bit, like the writing starts to blend, and you have to blink a few times. You have to fix the lighting situation. There's some lack of focus at a couple times, but you are intent, you're determined, and parts where you realize where you didn't pay attention, you go back and read through again more thoroughly. Active. That thing when you're reading a book and you realize you read a page but didn't fully understand it, so you go, but you recognize you didn't, and so you go back and read it so you can fully internalize it.
Right.
And it takes you a while because you don't know how these names are going to be presented, right? You don't know if they're the birth names, the full names, the names they went by. And you get to the O's first. There are 5 onyxes.
Do they all have different second names or surnames?
Yes.
Okay. In my memory, do I know their secondary or surname?
That is up to you. Do you think you would
Let's
know?
roll it. Let's roll it. History
Yeah.
check?
Yeah. This is what I want to ask. This will be, history.
All right. This coming. This happening. Just thinking very hard about it.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Moment of truth. How?
Kapow!
Really doesn't want to fucking
Oh, roll 20. Uh-oh.
history.
9.
You don't remember.
Don't remember. Oh.
You don't. I don't think, because they were a little bit more distant. They were helpful, really, but they also kept themselves at a bit of arm's length from you. You were not close with Onyx.
Yep.
Not in the way you were with Vesper, as you read their name several pages later.
And it is confirmed their name.
Yep, confirmed. This one you don't have to roll. You know, you and Vesper were very close friends.
They can't hold it in. They just start weeping.
Yeah.
They start weeping. And they try to hold it in. They try not to. But
as you're weeping, go ahead. If there's more you want to add.
I was just gonna say, but there is a point where they just give up.
As you're weeping, there's a thud sound. It kind of jolts you back to the present moment, and it is coming from the cargo door on the front end of the ship.
I'm gonna try to hide to the best of my ability, which is probably not very good. try to stuff it away. Like close the tome. I'm not gonna hide the tome, but close the tome. Try to like, when you rub your face to be like, nope, stop crying, nope. Rub your nose, maybe sniff like once or twice.
There's another bump on the front door, or on the cargo door.
Is it like someone's bumping into it, or is it like someone's knocking?
It's kind of in between them. It's almost like something is kind of slowly thudding against it, not aggressively. It kind of has the essence of knocking to it. It doesn't sound like traditional knocking, like it's not a hard quick rap, like it's not tap 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 tap, but it is more close to a knocking than a slamming.
Yes.
There are no audible words, but a presence begins to push against your mind.
Good.
It is... Do you close your eyes?
Does it seem like there is somebody like approaching, or does it feel like something in the space already?
It's something out. You can pretty easily tell that whatever this is that's trying to connect to you is the thing that's knocking, for lack of a better term, on the other side of the door. And there's some sort of attempt to, because you've interacted with Xoruk to the point where you recognize when a creature is attempting to make psychic contact with you.
I think I think Vex is not as apt in the psychic realm of being able to familiarize themselves with like psychic presences. They're not Gith. I think they would be very hesitant, but do one of those like looking around to see like, yeah, okay, they're alone, and then they would just allow it.
As the presence washes over you, there is something you have not felt for some time. It is not specifically divine in nature. It is not like a god or something like that, like bathing its presence upon you. No, it's like a warm light. It's like a comforting ray of almost concern and care coming from an entity of light. That is what you feel in your mind when this thing connects with you.
Okay. Is it familiar?
The way that the light feels very familiar. Especially for you with your oath, there is a connection there that's almost instant.
Sure.
But the presence itself does not feel specifically familiar. But it doesn't feel unfamiliar. It almost feels like you've brushed against it a few times. Kind of like the psychic equivalent of seeing someone in passing a few times and then actually getting to meet them.
Yep. Do you speak?
We can.
We.
I can. Your language. Do you speak Celestial?
Oh, that's. I don't believe so. But let me double check.
Oh no.
I don't believe so, but I will double check.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, roll 20. You can do it. I believe. doing the biggest of things. There we go. No, that is not one of my languages.
Okay. You hear what sounds almost like the ringing of bells and the sounding of chimes. And before the sentence finishes, your language difficult.
I apologize. Please don't trouble yourself too much if it's too much of a burden. Do your best, I guess.
We I felt your light dim.
Oh. They almost like, in where they're seated, they almost like lean back a little bit, like they weren't ready for that.
Another thud on the cargo door.
I see. I understand. There's a moment of pause as they seem to be almost like chewing on their thoughts about the implications of that, about what that means, about where they are. Right. And you're here to remind me of that, I take it?
I wanted to help.
Help how?
Comfort. You are also light within the darkness. Kinship.
There's a slow nod to that.
More bell sounds.
All right, well, they just kind of like, in their leaning back, they take a deep breath and they do close their eyes this time.
There is the light, but you can see it now with your eyes closed. And it's almost like you can see almost like x-ray vision. You can see through the walls for a moment, and on the other side is a bright light, physical of a like almost representative of a physical being that seems to be kind of swimming, for lack of a better term, back and forth in front of the cargo door before there's another thud. It seems to be trying to get in.
Yeah. They're gonna open their eyes. They're gonna stand up and, in a kind of hurried but quiet fashion, kind of tap, 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 tap over and open the door. And
floating outside is once again a slightly familiar sight. The Starlancer that you all had rescued, for lack of a better term, floats on the other side of the door, its astral wings keeping it aloft. Its shark-like head kind of arches and looks towards you as it faces because predator eyes faces its head towards you. Not predator eyes, so fish eyes. It faces its
Right.
one side towards you.
They're going to extend a hand out. There's no hesitation.
As it kind of reaches its nuzzle out towards you, there is an instant sort of flow of connection between your energies. There is a similar echo of being lost, being not anywhere near where they would normally be, being light within the vast, empty dark that is the astral sea.
Mm-hmm.
This is a celestial being. And despite its time serving as a war mount and its expertise and such, at its heart, it's still a being of light. And as you connect with it, your magics sort of mirror each other.
And tears once again roll down their cheeks, but this time the feeling is different. It is that feeling of connection. There is probably another deeper feeling that Vex can't quite put like a word to it. But in that feeling of warmth, again, they don't just reach out a hand, they're gonna straight up put their hand almost like when a rider greets their mount sort of thing. Puts a gentle, like, obviously asking for permission, but if granted.
Oh, it seems to lean into it.
Puts a hand on the nose.
And it kind of nuzzles into you in response, and the two of you share a quiet moment. If you would like, and you do not have to, but if you would like, you may make this Starlancer your Paladin mount.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
I think so too. It sort of floats into the cargo bay, and the two of you share a moment. Thoughts are had across the ship as various members of the crew of the Homewrecker gather their thoughts, find moments, and it isn't long before Marine returns with the rest of the equipment and gear needed. But as she's loading up the ship, and as she's finishing loading supplies once more, there is a presence that all of you feel, almost as if the ship gives a warning, because you can psychically connect with any creature that is aboard the ship. The Starlancer had been around, all the other creatures had been around, but another presence sort of manifests, and you all feel yourself, not like fully psychically connect to it, but become aware of it as the ship alerts you to another creature walking towards the front entrance. What do all of you do?
The hypervigilance is kicking in. I gotta go put my armor back on.
Vex rushes back to their quarters.
Full dash.
And double dash and begin gathering your stuff. All right, awesome. Xoruk, Hakka, Kazador.
I guess we all go find the source of this disturbance, I guess?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. I think all of you would be aware of a presence aboard the ship that isn't supposed to be there, and as all of you rush towards the front entrance, I would like to invite them to introduce themselves.
Oh,
Just got to give them a second to join.
Hi, it's me, second Connor.
It's a second
I've
Connor.
just
Connor
escaped
joins
with
you.
that.
A second Connor has hit the tower.
Who the fuck is there?
Muted, baby.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Well.
Whelms?
if it isn't the Zest man himself. Sorry, go ahead.
The zestiest. No, it's all good. Rot, you find yourself on the other side of the door of the place where you were given directions to at this point, following a recent kerfuffle within the actual ship farm itself in the Gnosis cluster. And as you board the ship you were directed to and find yourself in front of the doors, how would you like to proceed?
I assume I'm following Marsh, since they are
Yes.
the one guiding me here.
Yep.
Yeah, Rod is just like running behind the little guy, like, "Hey, March, please stop! I'm telling you, this is the right direction. Just stop running."
On the other side of the door, all of you hear a faint pat, pat, pat sound, almost like a pillow hitting the door.
All right, everybody stand back. Whatever foes we faced before, we can deal with this. Ready yourselves.
And just like opens the door.
And as the door opens, I'd like you to describe yourself really quick.
So what you see in front of you is standing at around 6'9". It's a figure.
Jesus.
Sorry, 5'9". I
Oh.
got the number wrong. Clad in like very heavy robes, but completely covered in like bits of moss and lichen and like mushrooms popping here and there. It's really hard to tell like what they are because again, like heavily obscured by these heavy robes and in a wide brim straw hat, again covered with the different like teeming life hanging from it. All you can see is the grayish greenish hair, like wiry and kept popping from inside of the hat, and framing and while obscuring the face, you see like dimly glowing like pale green eye.
And just getting permission from Darky to show off the sketch, so just because it is sketch and not finish art.
I see.
Oh, that's sick as fuck.
Yeah.
It is extremely sick. Oh, yep, all good. Darky says show it off if you'd like to.
Show it.
I think I can actually link it in here this way. Hold up, I think I can just do this. Boop, boop. Oh,
Also,
no, broken link.
Ah, damn. Also, did I hear Marsh
Standing in front of this figure, obscured and robed in a hat with the pale green eye, is a small figure that you do not feel a psychic presence from. A little mushroom creature, maybe about 1.5 feet tall, white in coloration with gray under face and what almost looks like fangs hanging down, and a little ooze of black ink dripping down the eyes, as a little mushroom fellow seems to be accompanying them. And as these two figures stand on your doorstep, that's where we're going to pick up next time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. We had a fantastic session with a bunch of really great roleplay and a new addition to the crew of the KSS Homewrecker. 3, as a matter of fact, new additions.
Yeah.
Hot diggity.
Yeah.
Citric, I'm so excited to finally get a game in with you. Great to have you on board.
Welcome
Same
aboard.
here, dude. Heck yeah.
We get to play
This is-
together. We finally get to play together.
Tweets, you have art. You know what to do.
Darky wanted it specifically to be pointed out that there's an Easter egg on that sketch.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, you have to look
yeah.
very closely.
I see it. Okay.
Is it like loss or something?
Could you
You know,
imagine?
kinda.
Kinda, yeah. Darky the Beaver's still on there. Yes,
Oh
it
my
is.
god, I see it.
I'm just expecting to see like a dick or something. Oh my god, there he is.
It's just a caked up Citric in the distance.
Yep.
He lives
Why?
in- Hang on.
Wait,
Hang on.
I don't-
Here we go.
I don't see
Yep.
it.
The
Here,
back
let me,
corners.
allow
in the
me to,
black.
allow me to elucidate and illuminate.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it. I had to move
Oh
it
my
to a
God,
different
yes.
monitor. I had to move it to a different monitor to see that. Because on the
Oh my
monitor,
God, it's so faint.
on my Discord monitor, I could not see that. It was just black. Oh my God.
Darky, why?
You truly cannot escape, Citric. But you're just one of
Holy
many
shit.
with an inevitable fate on the crew of the KSS Homewrecker.
You can also show off fucking this one. God damn. Darky has an updated one.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh shit! All right,
God
hang on.
damn.
Darky, you
God
mad lad.
damn.
Allow me to- oh shit! All right, hang on.
I mean, your sketches are incredible as is, and I apologize for showing it off a little early. I love me a good cliffhanger introduction. I love me a good cliffhanger introduction.
Who is Citric? What campaign? Well, Citric, why don't you introduce yourself? Why don't you tell them?
Yes,
as you're our
Citric,
newest
introduce-
character and we're doing our outroductions here, why don't you go ahead, tell us and the people at home who you are and where they can find you.
Hi, I'm Cedric. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Cedricing, everywhere being places like Blue Sky, Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, if you want to see a dead account. I am really glad to be joining here the crew, just fantastic people that I've been looking forward to play with. And yeah, as far as like what my character is or they do, you will have to find out. No point in like spoiling that early. Yep. Other than that, don't have much going on. Just like keep an eye out on my Blue Sky since I do like Monster Girl pinup post every Monday, and yeah, that would be me. Again, like really excited to join up.
I'm really excited to have you.
Yeah,
It's
we're
been a blast
very
writing
much
for your
glad to have
character.
you.
Hmm.
I'll have to
Completing the Thanos gauntlet.
So pretty.
I'll have to free up space on the overlay here. But yes, a very exciting development here.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got TheropodArt.
Hi, hello, that's me. Your boy who needed to get a bunch of tea with honey mid-session because Hakka's voice is
Same.
just thrashing my vocal cords. Y'all know where to find me. Blue Sky, Tumblr for Affinity, all TheropodArt, Lizard Fun Bags if you want to see tits and dicks. Other than that, I promise I stream on Twitch sometimes. Life has just been crazy.
We're working on it.
I haven't had enough time to just like stream and stuff. I'll get back into it, I promise. Other than that, you can catch me over here, same bad time, same bad place, on Tuesdays for Vecna Eve of Ruin. When it's not canceled, looks at the screen. And other than that, commissions are open. Email me. I'll give you art when you give me money. I then use that money to buy new car parts because my old Civic was dying.
Damn, that's smart.
Yep.
You have officially entered your 30s. You're collecting Warhammer and you're fixing your car.
Oh,
My
God.
Wow.
I picked up the two most expensive hobbies for my midlife crisis. I'm trying to build a Space Marine army, and I'm into cars now. I am financially just fucked.
You're done.
Rapidly hurtling towards.
Anyway, hot potato to Saris.
We're going out of order?
Oh, are we?
Apparently.
Different.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
I got
Autism
used
was
to
not
pack
prepared for
tactics.
this.
I was thinking hot potatoes. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna hold the potato in my hands.
Citric, it's because you're here.
Firmly like Borger.
I will take the blame.
Mhm.
It means you missed me that much.
I
Love playing with you again, dude.
hope you're gonna be here longer than 5 weeks.
I mean, yes.
That is the intention.
Mhm. Sarah, so sorry.
Well-
Go for it.
No, you're good. So I'm gonna firmly grasp the potato. You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl, where we might keyword might finish up a thing this weekend. I don't know, it might take me forever. But if I do, I'll post it. If not, you can find me on Leah's channel on Monday playing some Deltarune, and then on Wednesday at Skeleton Alpha's channel for some more off, and then we're gonna be back here on Friday for more Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos. And that's me. Since we're playing hot potato, Leah.
Oh God! Hi, my name is at Amusing Thalia. You can find Zan at XanillisGrimm on Blue Sky, and on this is what happens when I get to go before Zan, and on Twitch you can find XanillisGrimm at they're on Twitch as well. They have a really cool campaign called Stalwart Souls on Mondays. They have various other streams during the week. Sometimes they stream on Tuesdays and do cool things. They're here on Fridays. They're in a bunch of TTRPG stuff. They're on Monty's channel on Thursdays. There's going to be some other cool things that they're going to be in on Saturdays, and there's some Ravenloft stuff. Yeah, go follow Zan. There you go. Here you go, Zan.
Well, I mean, the outros were already done, but if I have to pass the skull or the sorry, it's not skull, it's the potato this time, right?
Apparently, yeah, we got a
Gotta
potato.
catch the potato.
I'm surprised it isn't a worm.
It's true.
The worms, worms are back.
If you want TTRPG content, you came to the right place, because you can follow any of us on our socials and you'll find a lot of TTRPG content that we're actively going. But yeah, I guess that's me, so I'll throw it to Connor.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch at Amusing Thalia. You can find me.
No, my bit.
The bit's been revoked or confiscated, whatever.
Confiscated.
Appropriated. Appropriated. You appropriated
Indeed.
the bit.
I've
You're gonna
taken
get
the
canceled.
bit and made it my own. Ah, damn.
Reclaimed.
Ooh, there you go.
We're reclaiming the bit. We're
Indeed.
we're signing
Our
the
bid
meaning.
now.
But yes, you know where to find me. When I'm not streaming on twitch.tv/DistortionDevil, you can find me here. YouTube.com/Devils and Dice Rolls and Patreon.com/Devils and Dice Rolls. Where you might have heard me talking about it a little bit. I have been working on video scripts. I know it's slow going. I'm frustrated too. But we're gonna get into it.
You can't rush art.
Listen, Silk Song took how many years?
That's true.
Yeah, just be as good as Silk Song.
Yes, my first video will be the Silk
That'd
Song
be better.
of YouTube.
The Silk Song of YouTube videos.
The
We've
Silk
been waiting
Song
for it for
of D&D
years.
content creators.
I'm rooting for you, bud.
But yeah, this was a fantastic episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos, and we ought to be back same time next week, as far as I'm aware. But nothing is ever certain these days, so be vigilant and keep an eye out. Head to the Discord if you want updates in real time on what. But yes.
Connor?
Oh.
I am currently regrowing my beard again. I might need some help doing so. You got anything to help me out there?
Ah, gotcha. Must have shaved it off to cook it. Well, if you want to grow a healthy beard, and not leave yourself or the skin underneath scratchy and dry, then head on over to Beard Sorcery. Beard Sorcery has all sorts of fantastic hygiene products, not limited just to beards anymore. No, indeed. They happen to have all sorts of hygiene products, including deodorant, cologne, but it's mostly focused around the beard. I've been using Beard Sorcery products for basically a year now, and I have not regretted it once. comes highly recommended. If you've ever seen me, if you've seen my beard, that is courtesy of the fantastic products over at Beard Sorcerer. And you can get anywhere from 10 to 15% off. I actually just looked, and the deal's changed. So you can get anywhere from 10 to 15% off your order when you use code DistortionDevil at beardsorcery.com. As well, check out Bones Coffee Company. That's right, Bones Coffee Company, for your delicious artisanal coffee needs. In whatever format you like to drink coffee, and they've basically got it all. So head on over to bonescoffeecompany.com, use code DistortionDevil, and you can save 10% the next time you delicious caffeinated beverage. And as always, we couldn't keep doing this week in, week out without bits and subs from viewers like you.
Bits and subs.
And I say, hey!
Hey!
What a wonderful kind of day. Draken King, thank you for gifting 10 subs to the community.
Ooh,
Goddamn.
generous. Heck yeah.
Lord Archive, thank you for the 42 months. And Jeremy Thompson, thank you for the 45 bits. And with that, I'm going to be ending the stream without rating today, because in just a few minutes here, in about 15 minutes, I'll be going live again with some Peak for Friday Funhouse.
Peak content.
Yeah, that's right. We're going
Have
to be playing
fun.
Peak.
Heck yeah. That's a fun game.
Yes. All right. So I will see you all in the next one, and also in like 15-ish minutes. But for now, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I love you.
Alright.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Take care, everyone.